Alex freaking Reyes. Pain. That's you want to know why I'm a sports fan, why I follow tennis, so why I follow the WNBA playoffs, why I love every single sport. You know why? Because by October every single year, my teams are done. Boston College, in a sport that is only Alabama, Clemson, and a handful of SEC schools, where in a sport where only a handful of losses and you're basically, irrelevant. You get to play in the Peach Bowl. The Falcons, I get to deal with that every year. I only get a few weeks to get my hopes up. And then, our quarterback gets injured for BC. We lose to a bad Clemson team. The Falcons can't get it out of their own way since being up 28-3 in the Super Bowl. And the St. Louis Cardinals haven't won a World Series in a decade. And of course, it's me watching that game, knowing even the second we were up 1-0 in the top of the first against Max Scherzer, we were going to lose that game. Mike Schilt, should you have put Reyes in? I mean, our season would have ended because we had some guy named McFarland in anyway. I mean, yeah, he's been fine. Do you leave him in? Who do you else to go to in the bullpen? Is it Genesis Cabrera? I mean, there's so many. That's so minuscule a thing. I get Alex Reyes had one of the shakiest months ever, like the streakiest player ever. My God, he was lights out, an all-star, had one of the worst Augusts ever, blows up, loses the closer role. But then he was pretty good in the win streak. 7 of 9 scoreless appearances, 5 wins out of the bullpen, 3 holds. I mean, he really helped us into the playoffs. So I don't dislike, he's got nasty stuff, but of course, Chris Taylor comes in, first guy he faces, Chris Taylor, who went 7 of 58 to end the season, basically lost his job, his everyday playing time. That's batting $121, 1 home run, 5 RBIs, 23 strikeouts. Ray is a strikeout pitcher. And of course, Chris Taylor launches a home run. Again, I didn't even bet the game because I figured, I'm bad luck when I bet the game. So I stay away from it. And of course, the Cardinals, whoever was even on Cardinals run line, they just thought maybe it's a 1-run game. Bam. 2-run homer game season. Playoff favorites, World Series favorites move on. The Dodgers, the defending champs. Cardinals, here's why the bullpen move doesn't matter. And again, it's, if Reyes strikes him out and then we go win this game, we get a run in the top of the 10th and close it out. Reyes, shuts him down. Then we're praising Mike Schilt. Just like if when Dave Roberts pulled Max Scherzer, right? Everyone's going, holy crap. Joe Kelly comes in, shuts down the door. We're not even talking about it. If the Dodgers lose, that's all we're talking about. If that blew up in his face, it's all, that's how sports talk goes. Here's why the Cardinals lost. And I feel like this is just the most Cardinal game ever. I get Scherzer's good. I get the Dodgers are good. 0 for 11 runners in scoring position. How are you going to win? How? Right? You get a run. You can't hold it. I mean, the pitching held us in the game. Waino was fine. He gives up the home run to Turner. I mean, he hung one. He had a great, he worked into out of trouble, gritty performance from Waino. He was loving it. I'm excited to get him back another year. But that's the thing. It's like, okay, let's run it back and have a wild card team. Are we going to be better than the Brewers? The Reds are still going to be up there. Are we going to be able to, overtake them again late? Do the Cubs do anything? Are they going to try and improve? Pirates, the Pirates are claiming that they have something to build off of. They did go over their win total. It's so deflating because you have a great September and I can't be, it was a special September. That was the team. We were the talk of baseball. And then in the blink of an eye, it's gone. And now you're a non-story. You're just a little small town team out of St. Louis that has a great fan base, but we're a non-national topic until next March. What are we going to do? Say goodbye to Matt Carpenter. I loved his career, bad contract towards the end, a guy that was at his best, one of the greatest hitters. I could watch Matt Carpenter taking a bat all day when he was, hitting home runs. He's always taking good at bats, taking pitches, extending at bats. But it just didn't work out. So say goodbye to Matt Carpenter. Carlos Martinez, see you later. Both of these are club options. They're both going to be declined, you would think. See you later, J.A. Happ and John Lester. Thanks for playing. I mean, good Lord, you get them for a couple of months and then one game playoff, they don't even see the field, right? So, great. They're unrestricted free agents. No reason to bring them back. I've been saying this. Why didn't we go after Max Scherzer, Trey Turner? We clearly have a need at shortstop. Sosa's fine. He helped fill the starting role and defensive role when DeYoung couldn't figure out how to hit. How's that contract going to look? Is DeYoung going to bounce back? We could have used Trey Turner. He's still under contract for another year. Scherzer's about to be a free agent, but he's a St. Louis guy. We should go after Scherzer this offseason. I wanted Scherzer at the break. If we're going to pay Waino and Molina millions of dollars late in their career saying, hey, we're going for it, then freaking go for it. Let's get on the same page here. Go after. I want to see you going for it now. I want to see you going after Scherzer and Trey Turner, not letting the rich get richer in the Dodgers. They realize what they have. They're going for it every single year, and they're going for it. They're trading for Machado, and et cetera. We're trading for J.A. Happ and John Lester. We've been doing that for 10 years at the deadline. It's why we've been playing 500 baseball every single year, even when we're missing the playoffs. When we're making the playoffs, we had the surprise NLCS run in 2019, and then we got swept. It's just frustrating. Mike Shilt's fine. Again, who are you going to bring in there? Whitley. I would not have wanted to see Andrew Miller. Genesis Cabrera was, he had his fair stretches of being really awful out of the bullpen. Do you leave McFarland in? As soon as I saw McFarland, and I know the numbers have been fine, but TJ McFarland, that's just a comedic name for the way for the Cardinals to lose. And it ends up giving them the loss, right? Or maybe it was Reyes, I don't know, the 2-run homer. Okay. This offseason, we've made splashes. Goldschmidt, Arenado. But again, the trade deadline, that's where you really add on to your team. Again, we're just essentially saying run it back, right? Are we going to make a splash this offseason? Decent free agent pool. Go after Scherzer. Go get Seager, Corey, not Kyle. Trevor Story. He would be awesome if we signed him. Carlos Correa, he's banging a trash can, but that dude's electric. We'll see him in the postseason. Marcus Stroman, I would love. Fill out that rotation nicely. Marcus Semien, what a year for him. He's going to get a bag. Hell, I'd take Robbie Ray, maybe the AL Cy Young resurgence. Let's get active this free agency. Let's not get complacent, Cardinals fans. Great September, and of course you lose in the one game. The one game wild card sucks. I get it. It's the same way for the Dodgers. If they lost, again, I would be celebrating the one game wild card, but it's tough. I would like to see your entire season not come down to one game, maybe a best 2 out of 3. Maybe that's in the future of baseball, but maybe it's not, as they like to stay stuck in their own ways.